What is up, guys and gals? It's me, Thomas Fan01 here, and today we are back again with another Transformer figure review. And today we are going to be taking a look at the Transformers 1 Prime Changers, otherwise known as the Mainline Deluxe, Alpha Trion. And I'm pretty excited about this figure. This was one of those figures that I was like, okay, I saw this in the trailer, did not see this in the trailer, but we definitely saw, that in the trailer, that's for sure. And looks like Alpha Trion's going to be like this almost dead-looking bot that's going to give everybody the power to transform. So I can't complain on that front. So y'all know the rules. We're not going to take a look at the figure first. We take a look at the packaging. So in terms of the packaging, we have this weird-looking lion, crocodile, unicorn, spark thingy here. Not quite sure. But you have that on that side. On this side, you got the Autobot logo right on top. You got Alpha Trion in both his robot mode, and you got him in his unicorned lion thing, whatever it is. And on the back here, you've got your pretty much all of your, your product images and all of that. And then on the side here, you get this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful looking piece of artwork for the Transformers movie. Or the Transformers 1 movies, excuse me. So, now that we've got that all taken care of, we can remove that, and we can bring this in. And I like the way that this looks. I think it's quite neat that we're getting another Alpha Trion figure, and a widespread Alpha Trion figure, I might add. Hasbro, you need to stop stinging out on that. Like, stop making your Alpha Trion figures exclusives. Like, seriously, I was really irritated when you did the, what was it, the Origin of Justice or something like that, where, I can't remember what 2-pack it was, but it came with Optimus Prime, which was or Orion Pax, which is basically a repaint of the Studio Series 86 Cup, and you guys basically were able to retool a Studio Series 86 Scourge into looking like Alpha Trion, but that was an exclusive. This is not. This is widespread. So, I've seen several of these, but I didn't pick one up until just recently, so, anywho. So, to continue on with that, I guess we'll just get right into the scale comparisons here, even, get that started. So, here he is with Prime Changers Sentinel Prime. Here he is next to the Prime Changers Bumblebee. Here he is next to the Studio Series Transformers 1 Optimus Prime. It's better. And finally, here he is next to the Titans Return Alpha Trion. Which I can tell you very, very clearly, they took a lot of inspiration from this figure for this guy. I'm pretty sure somebody in the design team for this guy said, "Hey, wait a minute. Well, don't we have an Alpha Trion that's a lion or that's got some sort of beast mode?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, we do, don't we? We got to design an Alpha Trion. How do we design it?" Well, I'm pretty sure this was their inspiration. So, anywho, I'm gonna remove that off to the side. And now we can get him into transformation, and he does have some parts forming, but there is a way around it, I suppose, in a way. Except for this one piece. You do have to remove his tail for this to go off to the side. To which we will let's take a look at this tail real quick, which is supposed to be like his Cybertronian crystalline sword or whatever. I think it's neat. I just think it's a little weird. But I digress. So, anywho, to get the rest of him transformed, you're going to, let's start with the legs. You're going to bring the legs down. You're going to straighten them out completely, and then you're going to take this piece and bring it down like that, and there you have a leg all done. Just straighten it out. So straighten out the leg right there, straighten this out, and then take this and shimmy it in down, straighten that up, and there we have the legs all done. So there's that. Now we can work on, let's work on the arms. So to work on the arms, there is a peg right in here that does go into a spot right in there. So Yeah, so you're going to bring this all the way down, take this paw, bring it all the way up, and then rotate it so that the hand is facing outward now. Or you can do that first and then put the paw. It doesn't matter. So basically, arms are done. So now you're going to take this whole top section and you're just going to bring it all the way back, and then you're going to split the head. And you can leave this in here. You totally can. And we're going to then take that and bring that like right here. And this is just going to rest there as per the instructions. So it gives him a little bit of a cape look. So I'm going to do that. Then we shall give him his sword. And we'll take off this, which just pegs in. There's just a tiny little port right in there, and in between the lion heads here, you do have ports that it's going to tab in, or it's going to plug into when you get him into lion mode, or whatever the heck it's called. I don't know what it's called, but anywho, straighten everything out, get him nice and standing, and there we have it. There we have the Transformers 1 Prime Changers, otherwise known as Mainline Deluxe, Alpha Trion in his robot mode, and I dig it. I totally dig it. I totally dig this. Although, do you think Lawrence Fishburne was the right person to get for the role of Alpha Trion? I don't know. I'm just saying. There could have been a better choice, but there also could have been a worse choice. So, you know, at least it's not like, you know, David Spade or something like that. But anyways, here you have Alpha Trion in his robot mode, and everything looks quite beautiful. And as I said previously, there is a way for you to store this sword in this mode. It's not very easy, but you can do it. You can take this, you're going to take this tab, and you're going to line it up, and you're just going to push it in, not as hard as you can, because don't break your figures, but it's basically along the lines of like, how far can I get this to go without it being that big of an issue? So, but if you don't want to store it there is a tab or a port right in here where you can take this and you can you can store it here, you can store it here. So take this and we shall just. This is the problem that I have with this, is that you have to like disassemble the backpack in order to put this into its slot back here. So that can go back there, and then it can now stay standing free like that. And this, we shall just remove it as well, and we'll place it in the back in the lion's head as well. So just a second here, and we shall do that. There we go. So alright, so there we have all of that taken care of. So now we're going to get back into scale comparisons, and then we shall get into scale comparisons, final thoughts, and then we shall get into the ranking of this figure. So here he is next to Prime Changers Sentinel Prime. Here he's next to Prime Changers Bumblebee, or Keegan-Michael B. Here he's next to Hemsworth Prime. And finally, here he is next to the Titans Return Alpha Trion. And as you can clearly see, G1 inspired, not G1 inspired. So, yeah. There you go. Now, my final thoughts on this figure are in the ballpark of, well, I have some concerns about it. Not particularly the fact that it's Alpha Trion, because it's nice that we're getting more Alpha Trions that are like this, and, you know, and that are not, you know, gimmicky, and that are not, you know, a double pack that's going to cost like $200 in the next year or so. So, I'm very pleased that we have another Alpha Trion figure. However, I really wish it was more of a Voyager instead of a Deluxe. Like, I really am not a fan of the fact that all of the figures that they're releasing with this alongside Transformers 1 are all deluxe. I have yet to see one Voyager listing for it. It's just slightly frustrating in that sense. So I can't really rank it very high if there's not going to be a bigger version. But at the very least, I don't know what Studio Series has in plan. So if Studio Series comes along, this will go bye-bye. But if this becomes the only Alpha Trion figure they make for this film, then I will keep this one. So, anywho, last final thought that I have on this guy is I definitely do like the fact that they are taking inspiration from older figures. I'm definitely grateful for that. And I pretty much have to say that's it for my final thoughts on this thing. So, now how do I rank this? Well, I ranked all the other ones pretty highly and pretty well because their deluxe classes are not terrible. So I'm going to rank this guy. I'm going to throw a curveball at you on this one. I'm going to rank this one I'm going to rank it an 8.2. The only flaw that I have with this is that there are parts forming on this, and for a modern figure to have parts forming, that's a little disgraceful. A little disgraceful. Not terribly disgraceful, but it's like, I feel you could have engineered something better on that front. You could have definitely engineered a tail to go in between the legs. You could have totally had him come with extra weapons and everything of that nature. You totally could have done that. But I am not going to skimp out on that because they have a massive year next year ahead of them for Studio Series. So I am not going to complain any further on that. So this is Thomas Fan 01 basically saying, do not forget to subscribe to Jordy's Rail Videos, Riveted Reviews, Riveted Rail Fan, Patrick with the Y, iStar552, New York Toy Hunter, The Good, the Bad, the Awesome, Bravely GG, and Take Along Productions. I know they all do some amazing work, have done so in the past, and will continue to do so in the future. This is Thomas Fan 01 saying, do not forget to keep playing with your toys. Goodbye.